Hello Dumaguete, hello Negros Oriental, and hello Sillimanians around the world. On behalf of Ronelyn Faith Vailoces, this is Joshua Soldivillo, all the way from the Claire Isabel McGill Luce Auditorium, and you are watching #Silliman. Good evening, everyone. This is a program initiated to discuss matters concerning the campus by the sea. This is #Silliman. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining another Monday night with us. And still, we are joined by the cultural trio of Silliman University, the Cultural and Arts Council, the College of Performing Visual Arts, and of course, the management of the Luce Auditorium. And last week, we actually talked about what happens backstage, behind the scenes of the Luce Auditorium, Eugin's experiences being a student here in Silliman University, and of course, we had an overview about some misconceptions about the arts. And this time, let us walk down the memory lane when the pandemic all shook us and marinated us in isolation. Ma'am Christel, what did Luce Auditorium do during the pandemic? Who occupied this? Or nabay tawo sa Luce Auditorium?
Actually, when Silliman closed, of course, no one was around. You know, we had to close for a while. Our students, the ushers, they weren't here.
Yeah.
So our ushers are students, and the stage crew, called the La Crew, they're also students, and they weren't here. But we had video shoots. Yes, because we had CAC offerings also, but online.
Online.
So we had a few mingaw, yes, but we still had a little activity.
So the auditorium also had its piece of silence.
Yeah.
Had its own moment of rest.
They missed all those performances.
The noise.
It was their time to perform.
Actually, I feel that because, you know, one time I was walking and then
Okay.
I can see eyes coming, looking at me, you know. And I can really feel nga, they're asking, asan naman ang mga shows?
They also missed that, sir, as much as we missed the
I
shows as
know.
well. Eugene, the pandemic also affected on our learning. So how did you adjust, and how was the experience offered by COPVA during the online distance learning mode?
Well, during those times, I'm very thankful to COPVA because they're very understanding on the situations of the student and also the overall situation. During that time, I did my graduation recital.
Oh, online.
Online.
Oh my God! And then
it's way different in comparison to how we do it in a face-to-face scenario.
Right.
Because we have to rehearse first. We have to rehearse online, and then if we will rehearse face-to-face, we're only allowed for a limited time. And then the shooting also happened, like, we tried to do it as if it's a face-to-face scenario, but all of them are pre-recorded and done online, presented online.
Yeah, because I also see actually a lot of video, no, published by the universities that it's just so wonderful that these cultural trio, as I name them, really find ways to, you know, still perform, still give us a good show. So speaking of shows, Professor Diomar, how also did you manage to transition your shows online?
Well, yeah, it was very challenging because we really have to think, no, how to continue our cultural programs. And yes, we were able to continue. And, you know, it teaches us the pandemic so many things and teaches us to be creative in terms of, producing our events online and continue to provide the cultural experience of our students. Like, again, of course, we have to shoot our event. And we have to, it's a blessing also because we were able to put up our website. And now,
A baby was born.
Yes, and now we are using it. And during the pandemic, we have so many clients who were able to subscribe abroad. We were able to connect alumni abroad using our online platform. So unlike during the, you know, pre-pandemic times where, of course, only those who are here who can watch the shows. But now we can share, we can the events to.
Are you also
our
planning
online.
to have like a hybrid shows in the future? Like a face-to-face and an online participant also?
Well,
I think our alumni will be very interested to...
Yeah, while we, of course, the connection, the internet is the challenge here. While we are thinking about it, we are also considering our connectivity.
Right.
But now, it's a lesson learned that we need to really have a good video documentation from our previous events so that, like, we did not know that the pandemic happened. So those previous events can be shown online if we have good
Internet connection.
Yeah, and video recording. Yeah. So, yeah, archiving and documentation now is really part of our, in terms of production. So we not only stage, but we also document at the same time. So that, you know, in the future, we can still use these video recordings for online performances.
So I think the pandemic also gave us new opportunities. New doors have been opened, and hopefully we'll be able to sustain that, you know, in the future.
In fact, the website it's working now, so you can book online your tickets. You can already book online. Yeah.
Right. Dr. Elizabeth, I've heard that there's going to be an Elizabeth Susan Vista-Suarez International Choral Festival. And this will be the first run that you're going to do. Talk about this, ma'am. What is this all about?
This festival.
Would you like me to?
Yes. This festival is my namesake.
Yes.
But it is the cultural affairs that thought about it. So I think he's the best person.
Okay.
They're the ones behind it.
Of course, with her permission. Okay, so it was during the pandemic. But this is also a baby,
Pandemic baby.
pandemic baby, because though we've been thinking of this long time ago, but finally we were able to conceptualize and finalize to launch the first Silliman University ASVS International Choral Festival.
Yeah.
The idea came when, you know, Maestro Ryan Cayabyab. He's always here in the university because he is part of he's a visiting lecturer of the college.
Nice.
And at the
if
same,
I'm not wrong, he's like a national
artist in
right?
music.
In music, wow.
So the idea actually came from him because, as what I said during of our conversation, that he was also impressed with the choral music of Silliman University. And I know very much Dr. Suarez because I've been singing with her choir. And I can really tell the unique kind of music that we learn from him and from her. And yes, I've been also training choir, and I learned so many things about, choral music from Dr. Suarez. So that's why together with Katrina, our former voice graduate here, I sat with her, and we talk about this to launch, to formally. It was only a national thing, but we said, ato na lang nang himuong kuan international.
Wow.
So para ambitious jud kaayo siya. So finally, I talked to Dr. Suarez. Yeah, okay ra ka nga ana, we will name this after you to honor your contribution to choral music in the university. And of course, she was been training and holding the campus choristers for quite long.
Yeah. So I think this is also a legacy that you can that you build for the community,
Yes.
the music that you share.
So muna siya, that's what happened, why we have this Silliman University ESVS International Choral Festival. So finally, we were able to launch it last Founders Day. And of course, there are so many activities. We are preparing so many activities in part of that International Choral Festival, which will happen hopefully next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Elizabeth, the festival would be attended by different choral groups. Am I understanding it right? And then you will be touring around the city of Dumaguete, or
They will, yes. There will be community outreach.
Okay.
So we will have guest lecturers who will impart what they know about choral music. And they will talk to the choirs who will participate. But the choirs that will participate will also go out and have outreach programs in the different towns.
Nice.
So
Not only
that-
in the city of Dumaguete,
No,
but
Metro Dumaguete.
wow, that's so good.
That's the idea behind
So that's all happening
in August.
in August next year.
Ohon.
Wow, that's something that we need to look forward in our Founders Day celebration next year, no?
Before
Earlier.
Earlier.
Pre.
First week
Yeah.
of August.
That would be 2023, and we are excited. And perhaps, will there be a registration for that later, or there will be a call?
Yeah, they
for-
can check online. They can visit the ESVS Choral Festival website. All the information are there, and including the registration. And other activities are already listed in the website.
Okay. So we look forward for the first ESVS International Choral Festival. That's next year. And we can't just wait for that to happen. We're just going to take a short break. And when we come back, let's ask what are the shows that are all in store for us. And what would be the shows that we can watch. Maybe there will be free shows. Who knows? Okay. All of that and more when #Silliman returns. Welcome back. You're still watching hashtag Silliman. And before we took a short break, we actually asked our Luce Auditorium manager, Ma'am Christel, about what are the shows that actually you recently held and what are the shows that we will be looking forward to for the Luce Auditorium.
Okay. For the rest of the season, we have the CAC's season offerings, and also for next semester, and that's a lot, and those are the shows that you're supposed to look out for. And of course, academics, we have convocations and programs by the students. And we hope that because we're already open, that community will start also producing shows here with us.
In case there will be interested parties, Ma'am Christel, what's the line to call? Where they should? Do you have a website? How do they book?
Yes. Okay, we don't really book on the phone. They have to come and see the place, evaluate if they can have the shows done here. If you are not from Silliman, then we will have to inform our president of their intentions to use the Luce Auditorium. And we have priorities. Of course, COPVA and CAC are our priorities, and academics. Yes, those are our priorities. So they are scheduled in the calendar, and rehearsals too. So if we have visitors or other sponsors of shows, they have to contend with what schedules are left, the vacancies. That because we have to, as I said, we are an educational institution and we have them to prioritize.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Christel. How about you, Eugin? Because it's also the first semester is next week, and the following weeks it's already December, and another semester is about to open, and perhaps there are interested students that like to enroll in COPVA. If I am not yet certain of the school that I will have to go to, how will you convince me to enroll in the College of Performing and Visual Arts?
Well, probably the best representation for that are the graduates itself. So if you will look at the graduates of Silliman University College of Performing and Visual Arts, most of them are already thriving, not just here in Dumaguete, but outside the city and the province. So take for example, one of our composition majors here, Mr. Jem Talarok, who is already a prolific composer here in Manila. He's won a lot of awards. And also another graduate, Ma'am Katrina Saga, who is a former member of UP Madrigal Singers. So the graduates itself is a living proof of how good the quality of music education here at Silliman University is.
Wow, well said. Parang mag-i-enroll na ako bukas. Do you do pre-enrollment? I think I will audition later. I will practice tonight. Okay. Professor Diomar, let's talk about the Silliman University Culture and Arts Council. Who composed this council, and essentially what is the role of this group?
Well, as I said, the Culture and Arts Council is the arm of the university to promote, nurture, and cultivate the art, the artistic experience of the students as part of their whole person education. And the committee or the council is comprised of several artists also, like there are vice chairs in music, like the chair of the music department of the College of Performing and Visual Art is also the chair of the music, And we have also Dr. Warlito Katuray. We have Angelo Saison, who is also in charge of the dance, and we have Dessa. We have Don Flores, who is also the chair of the visual art department. So all the aspects of the arts are represented by the right people. And also there are members of the council who are representative from the community and Silliman. Of course, our very own Ma'am Christel here, who is in charge, or the manager of the Luce Auditorium, is also part of the Culture and Arts Council.
Yeah, that's good, Professor Abrio, that the Silliman University Culture and Arts Council is really represented, with the right people. So let's talk about the shows that you recently had, and do we still have a show that we have to look forward to this first semester?
We just had SU Dance Troupe, who gave their production performance on Babaylan. It's a contemporary dance, celebrating their 60th anniversary milestone. And this coming December 3, we have the Silliman University Jazz Band, directed by Professor Joseph Albert Basa, who will give a Christmas performance concert.
All right. So if those who are interested, you just go to your website.
Yes, you can also visit our Facebook, Silliman University Culture and Arts Council, and you can also book online at sillimancac.com.
Yeah.
Charge your tuition.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Abrio. Ma'am Elizabeth, let's quickly talk about the extension programs that you do. I've heard that the College of Performing and Visual Arts are doing extension programs. What are these all about?
Yeah, we have extension programs. We give piano lessons, instrumental lessons, piano voice, bandurria, what else? Drums, flute, brasses, violin. We have all kinds of extension classes.
About the voice, I'm interested
And
on
voice
the voice
as well.
So that I'll be ready for the enrollment.
Yes, and we give them to all ages, but also we have a new course, an extension class, and it's the jazz class. So you learn how to do jazz.
So this is your part of your new offering.
Yes, that's a new offering just recently.
They give recitals at
And
the
they
end
give
of the
recitals.
semester
Wow.
at the Luce Auditorium.
At the Luce.
That's an
Oh my.
advantage of those who
enroll
enroll with
at
us.
Silliman.
They can perform.
Because the Luce actually was made at the onset of when it was built we used to sleep outside there. But this was always the laboratory of the music school then. And so that's why our students get to perform here at a cheaper price, because it is the Silliman experience.
Wow. So when do you usually offer this extension programs?
At the start of enrollment.
So at the start of enrollment.
Every sem.
So
Yeah.
this second semester, you're open for another cycle.
Yes.
All right. So at least we will have the chance to perform at the Luce Auditorium
Yes.
soon through your extension programs. In case there will be interested enrollees, ma'am, where do they go? Do you have a
Yeah.
website?
You can call 422-6002 and look for Eleanor at 250.
All right.
Or
Okay.
we have a website. We have a website on Facebook.
Okay. So the website is that the
Silliman University
it's-
COPVA Extension Program.
Okay. So, Ma'am Christella, let's talk about very briefly about the LACU, because part of the student experience also is to be able to not only witness for free shows at the Luce, but also get to, perhaps a training for them to how to develop interpersonal skills, perhaps. So, is there still an opening for LACU applications, or closed na ba? Closed na.
We start during enrollment.
But
Yes.
can you just share to us what is the LACU as a group all about?
Okay, the LACU, or the Luce Auditorium Corps of Ushers, is a corps comprising of students from different levels in college and senior high, and they come from different colleges also in senior high, and they work here at the Luce Auditorium with a minimal fee, a student assistant rate, and they're here to cater to our patrons. They learn, I hope, they learn to work together as a group, different ages, you know, but then they also learn how to entertain or work with different situations, in different situations that come up every time, which is different. So personally, they grow. You know, they can be leaders, they can also be followers, but then they also attend to the older generations who come, patrons, you know.
All kinds of.
From all walks of life. So it is a challenge for them. Some people think that it's very easy to be an usher.
Because you just have to walk and rampa, no?
Some people say, you just say good evening. That's all you do. No, because as our culture dictates, we have different personalities. Coming from different cultures, and we all have to entertain them and, you know, make sure they're comfortable, even if we have different personalities. Yes.
Wonderful. As much as I'd like to extend our conversation, but we are running out of time for this episode, perhaps I have thought of a fun way of closing, because we're supposed to have a fast talk. But in lieu of that, I want you to think of a drink, okay? And then if Silliman University culture is a drink, what would it be and why? Okay, perhaps we can start with Eugin.
Cold water.
Cold water. Oh, yes. I love cold water.
Because it's refreshing, but
pero
healthy.
Napaubos si Sir Diomar pag imo ni mag cold water.
Cold water because it's refreshing and healthy at the same time.
I love it. Wonderful. Thank you, Eugin. How about you, Ma'am Christel?
I was just motioning to him that we have the same answer.
Kinupya mo na yung kay Ma'am.
Nauna lang siya. No, I was also telling, I call her Ate Sue, that cold water, it's transparent. The university's culture is transparent here. Anything can go. Ice cubes of different sizes. No, some melt fast, some don't. So that is our culture.
That's just so beautiful. Thank you, Miss Christel. How about you, Professor Diomar? If our culture here is a drink, what would it be and why?
Oh, wow. It's a drink. Well, personally, I can associate it with lemon tea.
Lemon tea.
Lemon tea. Because lemon tea is not only naturalizing, but it's also refreshing at the same time. You know? So that's how, you know, the culture of the Silliman University.
Why lemon, sir?
Lemon is healthy, and it's naturalizing to the body. Okay.
I love the word naturalizing.
Naturalizing.
Thank you, Sir Diomar. How about you, Ma'am Sue? If our culture
Red wine.
is a drink, what would it be and why?
Although I could think about that. No, I was initially thinking about blended coffee.
3-in-1 ba ito?
Dili. Kanang mapalit ninyo. Never mind. But
no promotion.
Blended coffee, because coffee keeps you awake. And blended in the sense that we are reaching into each other towards a unity that describes who we are as Sillimanians, as part of the whole world. Right? Although I could say that it could be like red wine.
I love red wine.
Because our culture is intoxicating.
And it gives happiness.
Yes.
Thank you very much as Eugin, Miss Christel, Ma'am Sue, and Sir Diomar. And my gosh, I have the same answer.
Pareho mo cancer.
Cold water. But I think I have to think of something else.
How could that happen?
I have to think of something else. Maybe I would say it would be a buko juice.
Ay,
Yes.
because
Because it's naturalizing.
pareho ra mong tubag.
No, buko juice because it is something that everybody loves. I think, I mean, everybody drinks buko. So far in my lifetime, I have not met someone who doesn't drink buko juice. And not only because of its substance, but also because of its, how do you call this, purity. And how the buko juice underwent a process of, you know, being born. Just like with our culture here, this is a product of long years of experience, long years of revision, if ever there is, or long years of trial and error, if ever there is. So just like a buko juice, it is naturally made, that refreshes us and keeps us alive and healthy. And you can just see it anywhere.
Yes.
And it's here in Silliman University. The best buko juice is here in Silliman University.
It's almost part of our
Yes. Thank you very much for joining our episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward that you will be enrolling at the College of Performing Visual Arts. Visit the Luce Auditorium, and of course, go to the website of the Culture and Arts Council. This is Josh. See you next week for another episode. To God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Daghang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. Support our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. We also have a YouTube channel. It's still called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. We're also streaming Channel 6 Field Products every Monday, 8 p.m. and every Tuesday before the noontime news, Saturday, that's after the noontime news. This has been Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week only here on #Silliman. Bye!